Welcome, everyone. I hope we're all having a pleasant day. Holy shit. Just a second. I need to see if something's connected properly. Okay, it is. Good. Good. Hey there, Twee. How are you doing? Hey. Alright. Time to start varnishing. Because these are all metal models, and if you do not varnish metal models, I'm currently varnishing some old metal Battlefleet Gothic spaceships that I had on my pile of potential for forever and a day. Come on. Um, and I'm just varnishing these ones up and getting started on the next batch that I have to paint, actually. That. I'm just going there. It is in the way. And, like, it's these are like the old metal models too, so varnishing is 100% mandatory. Otherwise, they will chip like nothing. Like you look at them wrong and they will chip. No worries. I appreciate you stopping in to say hi. I appreciate lurks. Do what you gotta do, my friend. You. Let you in there for just a second. And get this out of the way. And while those are starting to cure, we are going to clean the varnish out of here. Because next, we have to set up and prime another 6 spaceships. Because next, I'm going to be doing 6 Imperial Navy ships. So, though what I am going to have to do is let this kind of soak for a minute and let the compressor stop and cool down for a minute because it doesn't need to be going this long. Um, so one of the things that I'm going to do right now is we're actually going to pull these off of their current caps and whatnot and replace them. Gentle enough. It's gonna be just if it's gonna catch you. This time we're gonna be doing some Imperial vessels. Because I have 2 different fleets. Like I have enough that I would be able to like teach somebody how to play this game and they would not have to spend literally any money. Not that. I was hoping that one would pull right off too. Yeah, these aren't going to go back into the box just yet. Ah! I didn't make that noise. You heard nothing. Oh, that's going to be a pain in my ass. Um, you know what? I'm gonna have to glue it. Yeah. Just want that at the very top. I don't need it any further down. chill out over there. I didn't mean to punch the camera. I'm sorry. That's... I didn't realize I put this one in the queue. I just put a bunch. I wasn't really paying attention. Not as many as I normally would for a painting stream. Oop. I don't know. I might see about stripping and repainting the other ships, like maybe at least like the metal ones, because I might just grab some acetone, aka nail polish remover, um, and give them a bath in that. Because the green of the how they're painted, like the Imperial ones that I have, is cool and all, but I didn't paint them. And like, I don't know. I I feel like they would more likely be painted as per like their battle group colors rather than all one specific color scheme. I think that would make a lot more sense when talking about like painting, having like spaceship paint jobs. But I am also a bit of a weirdo, so there's that. Mm. Sip coffee. Okay. That get back up to where it's supposed to be. Probably gonna do something similar. I don't know. I think I'm gonna probably do some sort of gray for the back end of these guys. I don't know. What I do know is most of these need to move the fuck out of the way. Boop. Like all your friends have turned you frozen, stay away and won't go close. You're scared of losing all you know. Take my hand and don't let go. Take a hold and don't let go. Feel me flowing through your bones. I am the heart of broken soul. Fuck that right there. Okay. Oh, it's here and probably have not quite enough. That's fine. One of the things that I really liked about Battlefleet Gothic and the way that the game is like set up and kind of explained as far as the scale goes, the the miniatures that you see are just like the representations of the ships. The ships themselves are like that big, smaller basically. But yeah, like they're basically that big, and the ship itself is just yeah. This is what the ship looks like, and the base kind of matters more than anything else because it's like the gravity well of the ship essentially. It's the exact sphere of influence of the whichever ship. Sure, I do a good job of this. Kind of easy. We don't like hazy. Hazy means not clean. Which means a pain in the ass for me the next time I go to use my airbrush. Which one do I want to start with? Oh, yeah. And you need to be kept. Sucks because I can't really make any more of that right now. Ugh. I'm just gonna have to start priming things in just straight up black, which, is what is. But I prefer not to have to do that. So I want to figure out right now what I'm painting the prow of each of these. Um, because like these are all gonna be in like the same squadron of frigate class ships. Um, because especially with this class of ship generally works more in a squadron. So usually I think with Imperials it's like 3 to 6. Generally, like 3 to 6 of them will fly in a unit. Um, some of the details going to be it is what it is. So that was going to happen. The older stuff is, for whatever reason, now deciding it's not wanting to be connected. Means this is going to be a pain in my ass. That was actually fairly. Whatever. I'll make it work. How I do. Um. Thinking. Guys, you're gonna have purple. It's gonna be purple and gold. Those are the colors I'm going to use. And, well, there's no time like the present. Start with the painting, right? Been faffing about for the last like 30 minutes or so. Actually, here, let me. Deal with this. And then I'll be getting back to the paint. Okay, there we go. That's enough. Right. Let's take. See the brush that I want. No, too big. Double zero is too small. Yeah, we'll use a single zero. Why not? Doesn't necessarily need to be a super big brush. And this size is more than sufficient. But yes, so the prow of all of these is going to be. We're going to use Purple Lake for it. Because this is my second favorite purple. As far as paints go. I'll probably have to do it in a couple of layers, because otherwise it'll, I don't think it'll necessarily look right. But that's fine. I can work with that. That is one of the reasons why I'm be doing too. There are spots where it just needs to be a little bit more saturated. Saturated? No, opaque. There we go. Opaque's the right word. I'm glad I picked this as a brush. This is a suitably sized tool for the task. I guess I could have done the other one all basically at once. I'll hit it up as the once I get the other ones done. This coming here. in some ways I find the Imperial ships seem easier to paint than Chaos ships. They're a lot more, I don't know, clearly defined, I guess, is the best way to put it, even though that probably doesn't get really convey what I'm thinking properly. Over. Just to make sure that it's the color. Or at least close enough to it that I can be like, yeah, it's close enough. awesome once I have the gold on there. Those are gonna they're gonna accentuate each other so wonderfully. Good thing I'm not doing these for commission. I wish I had my ultrasonic cleaner still. Or an ultrasonic cleaner still. My old one died on me. But it was cheap, so one of those things of I kind of got what I paid for. Well, I need more paint. Well, ink. Nah, that should do with the rest of this portion of it, actually, and more. I did that thing that I usually do where I grab too much. I'm paranoid I won't have enough again. One more. Una más. because these are Imperial vessels, I have to make them look like clean. Because like that's what the Imperial Navy would do. Though I do actually have two of the ships that I bought with this that I am thinking of stripping and repainting. Um, at some point in the nearest future, because they kind of look like the depiction of the black ships in a way. And I think that would be something that would be kind of cool to have. Like they're just like transports anyway, which aren't used for anything other than like specific missions. But you know, the idea of having a couple of black ships that would be escorted by this fleet sounds like a cool idea to me. Nice deep purple. Go. Okay. Clean the brush off. You need to go over here because you're the last one I was painting on. Yeah, you do. Why not? Now, the question is, what do I want to do for the back portion of it? Because, like, I could. Hmm. I know I have my not so Nuln Oil wash somewhere around here. Could use that. Hmm. I can't believe it's not Nuln. Hmm. Hit it with that, and then do some like dry brushing of maybe some Payne's Gray. No, that would be too dark, I think. Or do Payne's Gray and then do like a dry brush of uh like the gunmetal that I use. That could be kind of cool. Rather than having them like just one solid color. That could work. Yeah, I think that's where I'll go. I think that is the route that I shall take. That shalt be thine route. Sure. Uh-oh. So, Payne's Gray. And Payne's Gray, what it is for anybody who doesn't know, is it's basically a gray made out of blue and black, rather than white and black. Okay, have a sip of coffee. Mm. Do so love me some coffee. It is truly what makes the world go round. However, what I want to do with this, my B, is this. I'm actually going to need a bigger. We're going to take a number 2 size brush. Because we need coverage. That is what we are going for at this stage. It's kind of nice as well that I can get away with basically dry brushing to pick out enough of the details on this once I get to that step, obviously. Um, it's like, yeah, such a pain. Do them all fucking by hand at the scale that this is at. Obviously, dry brushing won't pick literally everything out, but it'll pick enough out. The actual like engine cowlings, I might do those as like just straight up metallic. I'm actually kind of glad that all of the escorts that I got with this were unpainted, or rather stripped. Well, mostly stripped. Yeah, I definitely like the Payne's Gray for the first layer for that. I don't know. I like how dark it comes out looking. I want this too. Makes this kind of a bad idea. At least I don't need it for the pro. Scared of losing all you got. Take my hand and don't let go. Take a hold and don't let go. Give me songs. Mm, okay. For some reason I thought that was like a piece of flashing. It's GW is terrible with their metal models and bits of extra metal. Like fucking horrible. Go, and that's two. Need a bunch more because I don't have enough. The other ones I might have to just do with regular black, which is fine. It could be worse. I could just be out of paint in general. That would suck. I'd have to rely on my personality. Getting to stream in Fortnite. Or find whatever the next hot game is and start streaming it. Next. I thought I got the top of this one. I didn't. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Hopefully it fucking paint sticks properly. Uh, First, get blocked, then deny. Actually, I would imagine that like the engine ports on the back of these ships probably wouldn't be very clean. Thinking about what I mentioned earlier about like they would try to keep their ships clean. Like I don't think Promethium is very clean burning. Probably has a lot of carbon. Like there's probably a whole bunch of carbon in the exhaust. And honestly, I don't think that society in 40K in the Imperium would care if Promethium was all that clean burning. This side, and I think we only have one more after this, which is wonderful because I don't have much more of the paint spray. And I don't have one. I don't want to have one rather looking extremely different from this. That would suck. And the difference between Payne's Gray and Carbon Black is pretty big. Okay. That. Now, let's go. I apparently did not grab enough. Thought I grabbed too much. No. was in fact not enough. This time I probably went a little bit too heavy. Thankfully, I should be able to dry brush the metallic on here with little to no issue. It is unfortunate that there's a couple of areas that it's not going to reach, just due to the shape of the ship. But, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why, but I kind of prefer darker colorations for spaceships rather than lighter colorations. I think it would be more realistic to have like a darker hull rather than a lighter hull. I mean, just think of it. What would be harder to spot with your peepers, with the good old Mark One eyeball? Would it be a gleaming white ship, or kind of like a darker metal ship? My money is on the ship that's made out of or painted or made out of either a darker metal or just painted a darker color. It's not like it has that big of a detrimental effect anyway. Hey there, Sharky. As like the space shuttle, the heat shielding on that was darker than the rest of it, and that thing worked fine. At least when it didn't get chipped off by debris from the tank during launch. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you are dry enough. Pretty sure none of you are dry. That. Which is going to kind of make for a not very satisfactory stream. But what I'll do while those are doing their curing thing, because I kind of have to wait for that, we are going to bust out some of the Chaos ships that I have. And we are going to do some magnetizing. First, we're going to make sure we have ships, like, fucking stands for every ship. You guys all have some stands. You have a stand. You have a stand. Magnetize. You have a stand. You have a stand, but I can't pull you off of it. You don't have a stand. Maybe you do. Yeah, you have a stand. So I have two ships that are currently standless out of my Chaos vessels. What's one ship? I have one ship. So that's actually not too bad. I can run. That's something else that I need to check. Okay, so let's do this. Every ship goes into. Let's do this. Boop, boop, and boop. And we'll actually see how many flight stands I'm short. Boop. 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 And and you and you. 1, 2, 3, 4, technically. 3, 6, 7, 8, 10 short. 8 if I can find some actual just base parts or just glue them to 32 millimeter, like normal 32 mil bases. But that's all for like a metric shit ton of frigate class ship. Now, that being said, if I do what I'm considering doing and magnetizing basically all the stems, then I don't really need to worry about that. Because then I can just run as many Like, yeah, I won't be able to field every single ship I have for my Chaos Fleet, but I'll be able to field as many as I need to. So that's kind of why I'm looking at doing a bunch of magnetizing. And it's probably not going to get all done today, so we can go on that one. Which ones are broken off? So broken. Not broken off. They were broken. So those ones are broken. Also, need to look at doing some magnetizing for some guns. Let's. Okay. Huh. Odd. Not sure what those were held in by, but wasn't actually all that sick. No, whatever. Not gonna worry too much about the antennae. Yeah, whatever. Go there. Like this is also cool for like gameplay reasons too, because like when one of my ships gets blowed up, I can take it off of the flight stand and just kind of have it signified as a floating rack. Because that's a rule in the game. We've finally done it now. Okay. Now. The back. I am not sure what the hell was done there, but you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. It's flat enough, it'll work. Flat enough, it'll work. You're fine. Okay. Magnet bow. I need my magnet bow. Hold on. These ones? Oh, those. Hold on. Yeah, no, those ones are too big. I thought I just left that one out. I was using specific ones. Well, that's lame. That is 100% lame. I'm probably gonna have to use these ones. Ah, nope, no, I won't. Found them. Well, I may have to use those ones, but I found the ones that I was using, which is the important. So now I need a U. And then I need. I guess I'll use U. Not marking that because that's like the positive. Marking that like that so that there's just a big mark on it so that I know which side not to glue to the stem. I already had one out. You guys go back. Because I want the stems to all be interchangeable between all of the ships so I don't have to, like, if I do get the chance to play, I don't want to have to dick around for 20 minutes trying to find the right base for the right fucking ship because that to me does not sound like a fun time. Sounds incredibly dull. Incredibly dull. I'm gonna put you down for the time being because then I can just take off. I'm gonna put you. Don't you be an asshole. Hold on. Um. Drippy drop of that. Ah, no! Okay. Next one. Ah, you bastard. You sneaky fucking bastard. No. Ah, don't you do that. Did you? Not important to me. Take the magnets. Ah, no, don't you do that. Don't you do that either. Hey, knock off. Fucking being a pain. Stop being a pain. Ah, fuck. No! This is probably a bad idea, but fuck that up. Should have made sure this was flat first. I think that was part of my problem. I didn't follow best practices. Because that is what happens when you don't follow best practice. It don't work right. There we go. That's a lot better. What it should do, make sure all these are basically flat to start. And like even if the cut is on a little bit of an angle, it's not so bad because like I can spin the ship around on the base to make it, you know, look at least somewhat decent because there's also no specific up and down in space. So like if something's not perfectly level with the plane of your ship, that's, you know, kind of normal. Because their up is going to be slightly different. And another, once I get all the bases magnetized on the ships, I'm also going to be, for all the ones that I could get the weapon bits off of, magnetizing the weapon bits on all of these. Because I'm just that much of a fucking masochist. That, and I like having the freedom of choice. One, two. Oh, only has 6, 7 more to magnetize. At least until I get to the ones that are in the thing with all the escorts. Because those are all going to need to get magnetized as well. Let's stick you to that. That's a good enough spot to hold you. Oh, pardon me. You. I know. Good enough. Damn. This part's the pain, is getting this set up so that I can easily pull it. Soon may the women come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Ah, damn it. Ah. Men come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. The women come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. And on it's like the tight once more. Come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. The line not kept and the whale's not gone. There we go. Good enough. Hey. Hey. So one of the things that I have learned in my time magnetizing things is you always want to, if it's something that doesn't have like a slot that it slots into, you want to use the same size magnets on both sides. Otherwise, shit goes fucky on you. Like it'll never line up properly if one magnet's bigger than the other in a situation like this where it's just two magnets touching. There's nothing guiding anything. And even depending on like if it is something like kind of slots in, there's no guarantee that it will be perfectly straight. So you always want to make sure you have enough magnets to do what you're doing. Of the, requisite size for what you're working on. Oh, should be fine. It should be fine. Ah, no. Okay. There we go. Look at that. And now, uh, tomorrow magical hack, after doing some painting, we'll get to put magnets on the bottom of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ships. Doesn't that sound fun? Actually, that'll be easier than what I just did, so there's that. So I want to thank yous all for coming and hanging out. I'm gonna snooze the ad so it doesn't pop while we're doing the raid out. But I'm gonna hit a button. We're gonna go over to the couch. We're gonna get all comfy, and then we're gonna see who we can drop a raid to. So. Alrighty. Now we're all nice and cozy over on the couch. And let's do a refresh of that page there. Let's kill the tunes. Anybody watching over on the YouTubes, thank you very much. I'm going to be stopping that stream right about now.